G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 24 and a half of my Chaos Warlock playthrough. And I say 24 and a half because, well, last episode we kind of got up to the Coven, and then I said, hey, come back next time and we'll go through the Ogden Bog, and we'll make our way up through here, and we'll go all the way to Barrowholm, and we'll do all the quests in between. And then I spent the last maybe half an hour talking to a room with just me in it and didn't push record. So we've missed a little bit. Let me just quickly talk you through what I did. So I've come out here and I've picked up the Venom Gaze Bile. Actually, I think it was one of the first ones that I killed, dropped it. I came over here to clear the Fog of War because there's a totem that spawns there. There's also Janaxia, I think. Janaxia's den here, so I went in there, I killed her. Came out here, cleared this area. There was no totem, but now I can see for next time that there may be one there. There's also one of the hero wendigos that can spawn here for the Barrowholm quest. Then I pretty much booked it straight north up here. I did not go in here and fight Logorian 2. Can't think of its name. Craval, I think it is. I didn't do him. I generally skip him. It's not worth really killing him unless you want his MI, and I actually couldn't tell you what his MI is, so I've never used it. Then we came across here, and this section is basically just walking until you get to the Rift Gate, which is here. Then from that point, we come up here through the Surprised Face area. Across here, this is Laria's little hovel, a little house thing. You don't go in there the first time you meet her, or the first time you get here. You just skip that area. Come out here. Potential spawn location for the undergrowth is right here. Now, I didn't get this one, and while I was walking north through here, I was saying things like, nah, don't worry if yours isn't here. The easy way to do it is to just kind of remember where they all are, but the easier way, if you can't remember it, is to just hug the right-hand side of the map. And so that's what I did to kind of show it, and there's one, I think it's here, but it might be here. It's in this little bottom section anyway. And then you continue up here, and then you've got Ugdal just here, who I went in, and I have actually killed him this time. So I've taken the hit on reputation with the Coven in order to get a little bit with Barrowholm, and I did get a Wendigo spirit out of that as well. Then I've come across here and got the witches, so I went kind of that way. Picked up the witches, there was a totem here. I ended up doing, I think, 3 or 4 totems, because there's some inside of the various, like the Underdark, and keep calling it the Underdark. The Undergrowth has a totem. The Silvaria dropped a decent amount of loot. All the loot I got, I sold. I didn't use any of it. But rescue the witches, do the totem here, came back over here. My Undergrowth entrance was actually here. But I went up to get the Barrowholm Rift first. Then I came back down. I'd actually left a Rift Gate here, so I kind of teleported down there. Actually, I can't have, because this is already uncovered, so how did I do it? Oh yeah, I dropped a portal outside of Ugdal over here, and then I ran up here, ported back to Ugdal, killed him, and then ran this way. And then from here, I ported to Barrowholm, and then I happened to look over at my second screen where OBS was going, just to kind of check how long I'd been going for, you know, do I want to continue with the second half, do Barrowholm, all that sort of stuff. And I saw a whole bunch of zeros, and the red dot that was supposed to be red was grey, and it was at that point I knew I fucked up. So we're starting again, and that's why this is episode 24 and a half rather than just episode 24. I did gain 1 level in that little section there, and I put the points into possession and into physique. Now, possession here is now giving us 19% damage absorption, and Maven Sphere is up to 27. I did the maths on this. I'm not going to do it again, but it's basically 40% damage absorption, which is pretty good. We're reducing the incoming damage by, well, 2 out of 5, basically 2/5. So Anyway, we can go ahead and turn that in. I did have a close call with Silvaria as well. The big tree at the end of the undergrowth. Had the turtle shell and prismatic rage trigger. I think the health bar was down around here, and then I hit a healing potion and moved out of whatever I was standing in, and it was fine. I think it was actually the tree golem things. I had 3 of them beating on me, and I got sundered, and I was kind of ignoring it, like you shouldn't do. And suddenly my health bar was gone. Okay, so I'm up to Barrowholm, and I'm pretty much going to remain friendly with them, and we'll go and get on with their quest. So the first of which is going to be Old Maid over here, who is going to send us to do something, and then other Old Maid over here is also going to send us to do something, and then we're just going to go and do all of their quests in one go. I actually don't remember who sends you to do what. I think one of them for the wards, one of them to rescue the people, and while you're out there, you may as well do the mine as well. So who have we got here? Palros. Now, I just reset my instance after realizing that I'd been talking to myself for however long it was. I was kind of hoping... so this is not the first time I have failed to push record. But generally speaking, I take snapshots of my character, so as if I fail to record, I can just copy the snapshot back into the save folder, and then nobody has to know that I screwed up. However, the most recent save that I have for this character is before the previous episode, and, well, you've already seen the previous episode, so I can't really go back to that without confessing anyway, so we're just going to skip what is honestly one of the more boring parts of the campaign. So apologies for the missed content, but yeah, not much really happened aside from that encounter with Silvaria where I kind of nearly died. So, right, we've already picked up the Northern Travelers, so rescue Travelers in Northern Ugdenbog. We've already done that. Picked them up while I was waffling. So we're going to continue here and kill these guys. Now, there's literally no point coming in here because the Northern Travelers have already been rescued and they're the ones that would have been in here. So, I mean, free XP, I guess. But no actual point. I am also going to do the mine. Now, if I was going to fail to record one area of the game, it would probably be this mine. Let's be honest, it's not great. But we're here now, so I'm going to do this. Now, the objective is to kill all of the pit crawlers, not stone shells. There's one of these that has a yellow name that starts with P. I'm pretty sure it's like pit crawler or something like that. And the official objective is to kill all of them. The other way you can do it is just kill everything and hope you get it all, and then as a byproduct of kill everything, you will also have killed the correct crabs. Spike shell's not the one. I'm pretty sure it's like pit crawler or something like that. We'll see it flash up here in a minute, we'll find one. But yeah, it's basically kill the crabs. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff kind of standing in between me and the crabs, and I'm going to kill them as well. Do note that there's a lot of little side areas, and in a lot of those side areas you are going to find little hidden packs of crabs, and at least one of them is going to have a pit crawler in it. And the first time you come in here, you are going to miss one of those packs, and you're going to have to go do this again. Now, for me, I'm kind of, I think 12 or 13 trips through here without missing one. So I'm about due as well. So eventually, I'm going to miss one. Yeah, there it is, Pit Creeper. Eventually I'm going to miss one. And then I'm going to get to say something along the lines of, see, I told you, even if I can miss it, you can miss it too. So just, you know, be extra careful. Check every nook and cranny. Something like that. Alright, let's get out of the corrupted area. Why is... Oh. I'm still playing Last Epoch. Which reminds me, I need to change the controls on Last Epoch. So, in Last Epoch, your skills, and you only get 5 plus 1 on your right click, so 6. Your skills are Q, W, E, R, and T. And then your potion is number 1. So, swapping between those two games is messing with my head. I keep using potions in Last Epoch, and then I come back here, and I need to use a potion, and I use my move skill instead. So, it's gonna get me killed. But, you know. It's all for the content, right? Okay, these guys, I think... I saw these from up above, but... Make sure you... Yeah, here we go. Make sure you come down here. This was the one that I missed 2 or 3 times before I kind of figured out where they were. So, just here, you see this square, there's a little grassy patch next to it. Make sure you check there. I think this one didn't have any for me this time, but it can. And just generally run everywhere, and you'll be fine. Okay, I've already got my Venom Gaze Vial, so I don't need that. Pretty sure there's no crabs in this little section here either, but we're going in anyway. There you go, you can have your very own sigil of consumption. Nice little hidden area here that the beam doesn't want to open. And we picked up a couple of green items to sell, which, it's not great, but it's not that bad. There we go. Now there is a treasure trove in here, and I have in fact already blown mine open. But another location it can be is just here, and there'll be, I think the third one is the final one. Sorry, the first one is going to be up here, and then the third one is going to be down here next to a totem that I'm hoping is present, because I like totems. But before you get there, do come in here. Looks like I don't have any crabs in here today, but they definitely can be in here. And just generally, like I said, run everywhere, step on every rock, and make sure you don't leave any crabs behind, because it's a long run to come out here for one crab. I would say ask me how I know, but I'm pretty sure I already told you how I know. Okay, here we go. Here's some more from underground. Got them all. Now, this little section here is another little hidden stash. So we've got hidden remains here, 2 more green items, and a bunch of bits. Can I shoot? Can I shoot through this wall? Nope, definitely can't. That's alright. They've come to me. And that's it. I think the totem is usually here, and the treasure trove is here, or something like that. But somewhere along here, or maybe it's actually just here. Obviously, I've already got my treasure trove, so I can't sort of point it out, but it's somewhere along here. I think it is actually here, and it's right next to the totem. So if you see the totem here, then just check next to it for a treasure trove. Okay, I think we are doing pretty well. I don't think I've missed any crabs along the way. Seems good, let's just say it that way. Oh, there's one behind me. There's 2 behind me. I may have actually not stepped in everything over here. Okay, seems good. This little section here is going to have a couple, but these are all, I think, ghost crabs now. So I should be done. But, you know, assume nothing. Assume you missed something somewhere and just double check everything. Here's some more ghost crabs from the underground. Okay, and now we fight the Naxxon Shade, who is a giant ghost crab. I don't think you actually need to kill the Naxxon Shade. E is not the button I need for shredding resistance. That'll be 3. Okay, and I need to get out of that because it is starting to build up. Alright, and down he goes. And, yep, I was going to say, I'm just going to check down here and make sure I didn't miss any crabs. Sharpshooter's coat, no good. This is a +1 Inquisitor belt. If you are looking, or if you are playing a Inquisitor build where Inquisitor is your main mastery and you want the +1 belt, this Maxon Shade is where I would recommend farming for this belt. This is obviously not an Inquisitor, so I don't really care about that. And we've burned through, what, about 700 or so negative reputation with the beast. So I'm going to be fine for Chupacabra, but the second I start doing any kind of farming at all, and because my favorite farming area is the Gloom World, which is full of beasts, I'm going to be nemesis with them pretty quickly. But we're not there yet. Let's just double check down here. I think I went down here already. Yeah, it looks like it. I'd rather spend the time now doing extra laps rather than find out after I've gone back to town that actually you missed some. Now you're going to have to go back through the entire dungeon to find one pit creeper. It's quite frustrating. Does seem like, and I think I have got all of them though. We will find out when we get back to town. Before then though, we have 2 more wards and another group of travelers to rescue. So this little section here is generally where I will get my Leaf Mane Alpha Horn. Yep, and it's, I was going to say, it's usually the first 1 or 2 where it drops. And this little section here is also a favorite haunting ground for Chupacabra, so if you have Nemesis, I usually check when I come out of the mine. If you have Nemesis, you want to be very careful around here. I think there's like 6, 7, maybe even 8 spawning locations for him. There's one like here, one here, another one up here, and there's a couple more down here. Maybe it's only 6, but he can spawn through this area, and frequently does. Alright, crab's down. That's a lot of Venom Gaze Bile, now that I don't need it anymore. So we got 1 more ward that's about to pop up. There it is. And then we will head down south for the final group of travelers. Reactivate this ward. And then Barrowholm is, I mean, it's not done, but it's pretty much done. I think we go across this little log bridge. I want to come up and around. I used to do this all the time too, where I'd come down here, but it's a dead end. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. I like loot. Okay. 3 of them. It's a little bit worrying, especially because this guy's arcane. I think I got him. I didn't notice any of my buffs disappearing, so I'm pretty sure I got him. Okay, and we've actually got totally a split tongue here as well, hiding behind the banner. Alright, so decent amount of loot. We've got Death's Reach. Got a Wendigo Gaze, which is the pet item. Ritualist of Mending is not horrible, so we get 2 to Blight Burst, which is a pet skill, and Ground Slam, which is also a pet skill. Yeah, could be good. If you were playing a pet Ritualist, that would be a decent... what are we calling them? A decent medal. Obviously I'm not playing that, so... just gonna turn it into bits. And now we just have the final group of travelers, or as Barrowholm likes to call them, lunch. And I'm gonna go down the right side here, which means they're going to be on the left at the bottom. Pretty much happens every time. Yep. Reflective, we'll kill his friends while he's reflective. I think I'm definitely still hitting him anyway, but that's fine. We'll just kill him. Did absolutely trigger the tortoise there. So that's why we have those kinds of circuit breakers. It's so as we don't accidentally kill ourselves while not paying attention to reflecting mobs. Okay, here is my final group of travelers. And now it's my turn to go back to Barrowholm, and we'll turn a whole bunch of quests in. And Barrowholm, I'm going to turn in one quest. Then I'm going to go get the writ, and then I'll turn the rest in. So, not him. Here we go. Old mate here, Tyvold. Turn that one in. We've got Honoured with Barrowholm. Picked up a Roiling Blood there. But more importantly, we've got Honoured. It's 4 in here. Why does that not show as a merchant? Can I not do this?
Welcome to
Okay, new plan. We're going back to normal. Because I don't want to... I'm going to do air quotes, waste the reputation. And normal already has the merchant unlocked. I think I have to do those 3 quests and then go talk to Skorv. And then you get the merchant, something like that. But I'm just going to go use the merchant back in normal. And get my writ that way. It's a little bit cheesy, I guess, but you know what? I don't care. I'm doing it. Okay, back to Ultimate. Let's just double check I'm actually on Ultimate. Yes, indeedy. So, back to Barrowholm. And we'll make this run again for the 3rd time in the last 2 minutes.
That skill's not ready.
Can't you just do it anyway? You're just running a little bit faster.
Welcome to Barrowholm, traveler.
I don't need to talk to her, do I? Yeah. Alright, let's turn this one in. Still not a merchant. Turn in Tyvold again. So this one is going to be the mines, and I've got them all again this time, which I'm pretty happy about. She's still not a merchant, so I guess we have to go talk to Skorv. Now Skorv's going to send me out to deal with Laria. We'll deal with Laria. I guess she's going to change, actually, when I go deal with Laria. Let's just do that. So we're off to the Ogdenborg Rift. And this is another one of the quests where you are kind of caught in between the Barrowholm and Coven factions. So whichever side you take here, you're going to lose reputation with the other one. Or at least not gain it. Don't quote me on that. I think you lose reputation if you kill her. And you maybe just gain a little bit less if you don't. I forget exactly how this works. And honestly, it's not really worth looking up. But I'm going to kill her because Coven reputation is easy to get. So, we kill Laria. And it's not particularly nice. But, you know. If she didn't want to die, she shouldn't have been made out of loot and XP and reputation that I want. There we go. She's going down. I'm standing in poison. Cold dot. Righto. So, that's the end of Laria. Let's head back to Barrowholm here, and we'll talk to Skorv, and he's going to send me out to kill 3 different wendigos. And that'll be the last quest we do for them. Because I want to leave the Ravager unsummoned, just on the off chance that I want to fight him afterwards. But I'm going to leave him unsummoned for now. So this will be the last quest. This does actually get us a few more wendigos to farm. So Handaroth, Olivioth, and Uvaloth. Okay, easiest way to find them is to start, well, I start at Barrowholm. You can start for whichever one you want. And just head south. And we're going to go check over here. And then we will head to where the witches were, because that's another spawn location for them. So more or less just kind of run down here. And I'm not going to say I expect that I'm going to find it, but yeah, I kind of expect I'm going to find it. So here is Olivioth. Let's just take care of his friends first. Now these guys have a helmet. Each of them have a helmet, or maybe they share drops for a helmet. But I think they each have their own helmet that shows up blue with rainbow filter. He hasn't dropped it this time. But they have some fancy helmets. Okay, so first one, either here or here. I think there's a couple other locations where they can be, but I usually find him there or there. Next one, we go to not Ugdenbog. I actually want the Coven. Because the area I usually check for the Coven is kind of directly north of the Ancient's Grove. And I'll be back to turn in all these quests at some point. Which point? I'm not really sure, but at some point. We actually have everything we need to turn those quests in right now. And we'll be sent out here to cleanse these, so I'm going to clear the area now, since we're on the way through. May as well. Alright, that'll do. So I think this one is going to be Handaroth, and he's going to be kind of over here. Just get rid of the train that's following us. Hey, there's level 80. And if you were playing along with a hardcore character, you just got an achievement. I don't get an achievement, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Now we start maxing Aspect of the Guardian for the physical resistance. There is my Yuvaloth. And so we just basically kill that one. And then there's one more in the Gloom World, which I'll go kill as well. So definitely noticing my health bar falling a little bit. But Yuval here should die pretty easily as long as I've killed all the healers in the area. He also has not dropped his fancy helmet. So kind of in this area here, just above Janaxia's den, I guess. And then I think there's another spot just over here. Obviously I can't show that because, well, I already killed him, so he's not going to be there. Okay, and we're going to go for a quick run through my favorite farming route because, well, the last one of these three is on that route. And also, I like loot. As long as we're right next to a merchant. We may as well get rid of all of this as well. What are you? Rubbish. Okay. Once again, when you're coming in here, check with the beasts. If you are close to Nemesis, be aware that Chupacabra lives in this area as well. He has a lot of spawning points in this little section. And you don't want him spawning on your face because you happen to kill Ice Scorn here, and that was enough to put you into Nemesis. Just be aware, whenever you're in an area that can have a Nemesis, just make sure you know if they can spawn or not, and how far away you are. Okay, so Treasure Trove. Looks like I don't get the totem here, but that's fine. Grasp of Unchained Might. If you're looking for a totem in this area, it is just up here. Specifically right here. Kuba spawns here, so he spawns here, here, just here, spawns here. I think there's another point there. There's a few in this little area. Okay, we've got Pakla, who is not the one I was looking for. But we'll check the next little area as well. He might be hanging out just through a little log bridge up ahead. Okay, so Pakla's gone. Doesn't look like it. Just in this little section, you can sometimes find a decent supply of, like, hero wendigos. So it can be worth going in there as well. Oh, I see you. Javos Bone Splitter. If that really is your name. Alright, and all this stuff is worth picking up, especially as you're coming up to the area in the game where you're going to spend most of your time farming. It's definitely worth getting a decent supply of bits. This character has not bought any inventory tabs or stash tabs, so I think they end up being 150,000 each. So you will need the money. And we'll head in here as well. So I'm hoping for the ancient Aetherwarped totem in here. I don't think it's going to be here. I think I'd be able to see it by now. But we'll check for the treasure trove. Treasure trove would be pretty much here where this guy was standing. It's not there, so there's only one other place it can be, which means it will be there. But there's also a totem just here. And we do a little bit of damage, it seems. Okay, time warped I can deal with. That's no problem. Whenever I see that little icon above their heads, I automatically just assume it's going to be an arcane. So there is an arcane hero that can spawn in here. So just keep your eyes open for them. They're usually going to be just here at the top of this ramp if they're going to exist. Yep, there he is. Ignafius Mageblood. And also... Oh, he's running away. Alright, you need to die. Got him. Still got all my buffs. Righto. Next one. Okay, these guys here, these Bloodsingers, these are priests. I know they look like they're not, but they might be the Wraith Singers. There's healers here. Make sure you just kill everybody. There we go. Alright, took a little bit longer. Imagine if you had Avarice here as well. This platform can occasionally be a death trap. So just be aware of that. Usually when I see Avarice and one or two heroes, I just run. It's not worth it. Avarice is a little bit scary sometimes. Okay. Picked up, this is the other location for the treasure trove. It will always be either right here or right here. It's only two spots and it is always in one of them. So this is a really good place to farm. Okay, when you come out, head down here to the south, because this is another area where you can find, who's the last one left? Handaroth. Handaroth's not here, he's being painful about it. There's only one more place I can think of where he's likely to be, and that's going to be up here in Death Alley. So if he's there, and I also get 2 or 3 heroes at the same time, this could be a little... Yep, he is there. This could be a little bit dangerous. It'll probably be fine, but could be a little rippy. Okay, and that's everybody. So, what did we win? It actually looks like we won nothing. I don't even see a blueprint here. Touch of Malice? Nope, that's physical. Right, so I can see Handaroth is up there. Before I go and mess with him, though, there is a stump over here, a rotting stump. And I just want to hit that. I didn't get an Ogden Bloom. I've been robbed. Okay, Handaroth is right here. Now, I do want to be a little bit careful about where I point my beam, because if you... What's going on? Why do I keep cutting out? I think I'm getting stunned. Pretty sure that's what's happening. Alright. Yeah, definitely being stunned. There he goes. Okay, Carl of Mogdrogan, Handroth's Heart, and he also didn't drop their fancy blue helmet. I do want to be careful where I point the beam, because you start hitting stuff up here, and then all this comes running, and now you've got extra stuff to kill. Treasure trove location here as well. So I didn't point it out when we came through, but first location just here. Second location up here next to the desecrated shrine. Third and final location right next to the Matt Damon triangle on the map here. And that's it. You can continue up here. There's a potential totem up here, but we got it here, so it's not going to be there. You can go in here. If you didn't get your ancient Aether totem in this little passage through here, then it's likely to be in the stairs down here. Also, Avarice is going to be in there. So, yeah, I'm just going to not go in there. We'll just leave Avarice in her dirty little hole, and she can keep that basement. That's all hers. Ancient Aetherwarped totem. Right next to the Wendigo cult, who apparently hate the Ethereals and the Chthonics. Yep, don't know how that works out, but she can keep it. Okay, okay, and we're going to leave this quest. So this is going to kill one of these and summon the Ravager right here, and then you can talk to it, fight it, whatever you feel like. I'm going to leave it for now. I will probably play around with the Ravager on this build later, but not until it is finished. Ramps. Ramps are almost as bad as stairs. Alright, here we go. Can we click the correct option? That'd be great.
Ever since the Ugdenbog, you have brought up deep beneath good.
Okay, so a bunch of XP there for doing quests. I'll come back to you eventually, I promise. Now we can talk to the matron here. I believe she's going to send us out to, yeah, restore the wards. So there's one ward just out, well, there's two wards just out here. One of which we've already kind of cleared the path to get to. So, didn't really need to attract those guys, but anyway, it is what it is. This is the one we need to kill, the Trapped Wraith. Everything else here is kind of optional. So we'll take care of him. And we're actually coming up on 81 relatively quickly.
That skill's not ready.
There is one little section in this area that looks like a foot. And is it this one here? It is this one here. So this rotting stump is a trap, but this could have been an Ugdenbloom just waiting for me to come and pick it up. Unfortunately, it's an Ugdenbog Golem. But if you look at it, this is kind of the heel of the foot, and there's the big toe, and there's the flat at the front. So this little toe shape right next to the big toe is an Ugdenbloom, or at least a stump that can be an Ugdenbloom. Vampiric, we'll just get rid of him real quickly. And his friends, and how many friends do you need? That is way too many friends. This is enough friends that you're going to have trouble booking a restaurant because you need like 9 seats at a table. Okay. Sorry, did I say 9? I meant 11. There we go. So we've hit 81 as well. And that means 2 more points in Aspect of the Guardian. Now, we're up to 5% Phys Res on Aspect of the Guardian. The poison and acid resistance is nice. If you are one of those people who will religiously push Blood of Drieg and never let this buff fall off, then you could take 60% of your poison and acid off. Or almost 60 anyway. I, however, am notoriously bad at pushing that button. If you've been paying attention, you will have noticed several times in this episode already that that I've had the buff available and just not cast it. So I prefer to ignore that, which means that for me, Aspect of the Guardian is just a bunch of mastery tree based physical resistance, and it's still pretty good. So if you can get the poison and acid resist out of it, then by all means do. If you're worried you might forget and you're playing hardcore, then definitely don't. Make sure your poison and acid resist is capped even without Aspect of the Guardian, because you will forget at some point, and then you'll die, because you always forget when you're standing next to some corrupted or whatever hero monster that will just slam you with poison and acid damage. So, I have definitely lost heroes to not actually Blood of Dreeg, but to, I think it was actually the Nightblade one. Didn't have that active, and I was relying on that for my defenses, and all of a sudden I'm dead because I don't have the 27% or whatever chance to dodge everything, and so I'm just getting slammed. Anyhow, enough of my preaching. Stone Basilisk here, I believe, is going to be the last monster I have to kill. And down he goes. And see, I'm standing in poison. Standing in poison, I've got resistance shredding, I've got armor shredding, all of it. What do we get there? The Deathbound Amethyst. Okay, that's nice and all. I think we're done with the Coven now, and we are at Revered. So all those quests that I did, so specifically Ugdal, killing Laria instead of lying to her, or instead of lying to Skorv, all of those that lost me reputation here, it didn't matter in the end. And I'm a little bit further up on Barrowholm than I would have been if I hadn't. So I do recommend lying to the Coven at every opportunity, because it's just so easy to cap their stuff anyway that it just kind of doesn't matter. Okay, and yes, I did see that I sold that component, and I just don't think I care. So we'll just get rid of all this, and what are you? Deathbound Amethyst. No. I'm actually going to cut this episode out here, have a little bit of a shorter one, because I've been talking for coming up on 2 hours now, I think. I know you haven't been watching for that long, but I'm going to take a break. So when I come back, I will record another episode. And thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.